The Center for Entrepreneurship is dedicated to helping our entrepreneurship majors learn the realities of what it takes to start a business and run a business.
Well, first of all, I think it's just an ingenious experience because it allows you as a professional business person to really evaluate where you are as an organization, work through the mind and with the mind of the students and their energy and their creativity. It's priceless.
As the field case coordinator, my primary responsibility is matching our clients into the various consulting classes that we have in our entrepreneurship concentration.
First of all, we look for clients that are collaborative in nature. Most of them are local, and they recognize that a team of students at the graduate or undergraduate level, given the time and access, could do them some good.
I'm currently working on my second consulting project, and what we do is we receive clients and they ask for our help in certain areas such as leadership or management or human resources. And by the end of the semester we have a presentation we give to them with a large report, and we're able to consult them on the issues that they need help with.
Well, when I first sat down with the team, we had defined an agenda in terms of what we would be looking to accomplish. And then they took off with the rest of it and really did a great job.
Years ago, when I was running my franchise company, I had the challenge of managing our brand standards. So who was better to understand social media, a 20-something or a 60-something? So I hired a team of students from Cal State Fullerton.
Part of my job as a client coordinator is to sort of get over the hurdle of, what is this student team going to do for me? I'm a business owner. And so part of my process is letting them know that these are students, and what they bring to your business, is really a fresh perspective. And so sometimes insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, with our entrepreneurship students, they typically think out of the box.
As you know, I have interaction with many schools, and in particular I've really enjoyed working with Cal State Fullerton, the entrepreneurship program, and how well they have fortified that program to have the best possible outcome, not only for the students but also for the companies that they serve.
The student team gave us terrific recommendations. Through their work, I was able to create a social media strategy for our franchise company.
The center uses the Small Business Institute consulting methodology to provide the students an applied learning approach to getting things done in the real world.
You don't really learn hands-on experience in any other program.
You just learn by talking to different students and clients and the mentors that you won't necessarily find out in a different class where you just read a case study in a book.
They're going out and seeing that this client has this particular problem, and then they have to put all of the theory that they're learning from the professor in the class to work.
I was pretty nervous when I first heard about the whole program and what it entailed, but when we got together in our groups and we finally started talking to the client and everything kind of became more apparent, I realized we were going to get a really unique opportunity to get a real hands-on learning experience with real businesses, and it really opened my eyes to some of the challenges that are going on and how we can form a team and work together really well in order to help deliver some ideas and changes that would help that business.
I think the consulting project is something that will help me to shape what a small business is really about.
Many clients are intrigued by the idea of having students come on premises and consult. Maybe there's some hesitation. Will the students get it? Are they worldly enough to understand the complexity of the problems? And what I've found is if you take half a dozen smart undergrads or grads and you put them in a problem, they're going to find their way to a happy zone, to a good spot.
When I first went into the project, I had high hopes that the team would be successful for me, and not only were my expectations met, they were exceeded.
Invariably, our clients are pleased, and in fact, many are delighted. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the energy and the creativity that a student team gives, and in particular the undergrads.
Oh, this is my first student business consulting project, and it actually went on to the national competition, and we're the first undergraduate class to go on and win nationals.
I've been mentoring at the Center for Entrepreneurship for 4 or 5 years now.
One of the unsung heroes of our program would be the volunteers that we have in the classroom. And in fact, at any given semester, we have about 100 volunteers in the classroom coaching the groups.
I provide several different takeaways for our students. One is just to be there for support. 2 is to give them a framework in which to approach and interact with various businesses. After all, for most of these students, it's the very first practicum they've ever done. For us in business, it's what we do every day.
What's interesting about the mentors that come to our classroom who participate is once we get them, we got them. And there is a continuous learning aspect of being a volunteer in the classroom that many of our volunteers grab a hold of.
Out of my experience as being a mentor at Cal State Fullerton, it has changed my life.
You know, it's interesting. I've been in business for 23 years, and as a graduate of Cal State Fullerton, I knew what I knew then, but what the students bring to projects these days, there's so much to be learned.
Working with the Center for Entrepreneurship has been one of the highlights of my entire career. So much so that I knew that that's what I wanted to do for the next segment of my life.
If people are looking to get into entrepreneurship, or if they're looking to start their own business, I definitely suggest enrolling in the Fullerton Entrepreneur Program. It made me more eager to start my own business.
I would describe the secret sauce of our entrepreneurship program from an academics standpoint is applied learning. And it's the idea that the students take the cumulative experience of their business core courses and apply them in a small business or fast-growing environment. And I am told every semester by multiple students that they have learned more in that class, more doing the student project, than they did at the last 4 years at the university. And I tell you, that makes me very, very proud.